Hi folks. I'm gonna make pot roast in the all-season solar cooker, and I've got a great big hunk of meat here. This is a 2-pound chuck roast. I am browning it. Now, I've seen other people make pot roast in solar ovens and they don't brown those first, but I'm kind of stuck in the past, I guess. And that's how I traditionally do it. So I have started out, I salted that meat, and then I'm browning it. And then after I add the vegetables, it's going to go in the solar oven. So I wanted to show you what I have going on here. I have the meat, carrots, celery, onion, garlic, a little red wine, and a little water, as well as I have Italian seasoning in there, plus a little salt and pepper. So this is my setup for pot roast, and I made this trivet to hold the pot above the floor of the all-season solar cooker. And I'm going to do one other thing, but I wanted to just show you the ingredients here first. Now, this is the setup for going into the solar cooker. I've got the black pan, the lid is on it, all my ingredients for pot roast are inside the pot, and then on the outside here I've got an oven cooking bag. Now, this one here is a turkey bag, and so it all fits in there pretty easily. And now, if I had Anchor Hocking glass bowls, 4-quart glass bowls, I would put one on the bottom and one on the top, but I don't have those. And but this plastic bag should work, so that's the way I'm going to do it. Now, this is going to stay in that oven for a long time. It's going to be in there for 4 or 5 hours. So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning right now. So this won't be cooked until 3 or even 4 o'clock this afternoon. I've got it in the all-season solar cooker right now, and I also put the thermometer so that we could get some kind of idea what the heat would be inside there. And it's aimed into the sun. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to take quite a long time to cook, but it's free energy, and cooking in these solar ovens is kind of fun, really. This is going to have to be adjusted a few times before this is all finished, because the sun will move through the sky, and so this will need to be adjusted a couple of times before this pot roast is done. Thought I'd come out here and have a look and see what kind of temperature we got going on here. And we're up to probably about 260, 265 inside that plastic bag. So we've got a pretty good temperature in there. And I've had to adjust the solar cooker a little bit in order to keep it faced into the sun and have the proper angle on the reflectors. But everything's coming along here, and right now this pot roast has been in there for 2.5, almost 3 hours. Now, one thing about cooking this way is it's hard to overcook stuff, and it's hard to burn stuff too. It's not impossible. It can be done. I did cook a chicken one time in my solar oven, and I left it in there too long, and it was so overcooked that it was inedible. But in general, it's really hard to overcook something, and it's usually a lot more tender than it would be if you cooked it in a regular oven. You might find this interesting. It's up almost to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the highest I've seen it when there's been a cooking pot inside the solar cooker. Now, I think it would go higher if I was using glass bowls. Right now, it's about, I'd say, 3:30 or so in the afternoon. And I'm going to take this out at 4 o'clock, meaning that it would have been in the solar cooker for a grand total of 6 hours. So here we are, we've got this out of the solar cooker, and I'm going to do a temperature test on this meat. And looks like we got 193 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty hot. Now, this has been in that solar cooker for 6 hours. That's a long time, but it's been cooking outside, so there's been no extra heat brought into the house, and there's been no energy used except for the sun. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this rest for a while, and then I'll cut some and have a taste. So this is our finished product, and this is the pot roast here, and I'm just going to taste it. It's very tender. It's similar, possibly, to slow cooker pot roast. Very, very tender. It's not exactly like stovetop pot roast in some ways, but it's very tasty and very good. Now, the vegetables you might think would be very mushy after being in the solar oven for a long time, but they aren't. This potato is perfectly cooked, and it's not at all mushy or anything else. Now, there is a lot of cooking juice left over, and if you wanted, you could put a little cornstarch in here and make a gravy out of this, and it'd be great. So it did take quite a long time to cook. It took 6 hours, but there's no heat in the house, and it's the energy is free once you have the solar cooker. It's free energy, and it produces a very good product. Now, the lessons to be learned are that you got to think ahead if you're gonna cook this way, because you can't figure out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon that you want pot roast. You could do that if you're cooking on the stove, but you can't do that if you're using a solar cooker. And so you gotta plan ahead. And this technique of cooking is a little bit different than other ways, so you're going to have to adjust the way that you do things. And there are a lot of very good solar cooking books and videos online, so you might want to check them out. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching.